What's up, YouTube? Good morning, everybody. It's Alex here, Ultimate Slow Eagle, playing some more Torch Trophy. In the last video, we did the two-stroke series and won the Racing Modified VFR 400R. I almost forgot the bike name for a second. All those. Strange thing is, the VT250F, which is also a two-stroke bike, is not available to use in the two-stroke series. But that doesn't matter. Today we're going to be doing the 80s Heroes series. Restricted to, of course, bikes from the 80s. And since I got number 1 on the NS250R, RZ250, TZR250, and the RG250 Gamma, I'll have to just do this championship 4 times with the 400 bikes. And 5 laps in each of the 3 tracks. Grand Valley Speedway, the full version, Midfield Raceway, and Trial Mountain. Let's get on to it. And the bike I'm using today is the GSXR 400 race bike. And from what I remember, this bike's speed is pretty low, so I'm gonna tune the bike up a little bit before I get started. I just need to remember what the drivetrain is set to. 149.3. Oh, what was it? Oh, it's the stock one that... Oh, it's the street version of this bike that has the low top speed. Okay. Never mind. I think we'll be okay for this championship. And against the FCR 400, GPZ 400R, and the TZR 250. And that 250 has no chance in hell of winning. So let's get started. Also mean with the VT250F race bike, I won't be able to get number 1 until the very last state championship. And trust me, that's going to be quite a tall order if you ask me. We'll see what we can do about that. Around the curves. This bike actually handles very, very well. I really like this paint job here. I guess this kind of design of the GSX is kind of based off the Harley Davidson 1000 bike, the VR 1000. Just Harley Davidson chassis combined with a Honda or a V4 engine. That's crazy. So, no interview yet. Not really sure when, but if something happens, then I already have a backup planned. Like, I planned the backup way ahead of time, so it's all good. Alright. Already in the lead. Strange thing is with my GameCube, the outlet I have it plugged into doesn't save the date and time, which is which is admittedly really strange, like some of my old Xbox original did before it failed. I mean, during the Fallout 2 Let's Play. Oh, speaking of catching up with the other games, I'd taken a little pause on it because in the middle of Burnout 3, that disc is kind of crapping to bed too. Some of my old discs are dropping like flies. Some more of my other console discs are kind of falling apart too. Considering I had some of these discs for a while, I'm really not that surprised. And since I got most of them used anyway, I'm really not that surprised. And a lot of my PS1 games I'm gonna have to do on my PS3, which is fine. Which is fine by me. Some of my PS1 games, well, one of them anyway, doesn't work on the new PS1. That is my Millionaire 2nd Edition disc, which is on top of the Xbox One games I pulled out. I got a few more challenges on Paradise Remastered done. I'm now at 406 of 500. I got less than 100 challenges left to go for the P12 Diamond. Now, admittedly, I did have... And also, we had a pretty big storm last night. So that's why I still haven't streamed Unbound yet. I might end up streaming either tonight or tomorrow night. Whichever comes, or later this week, whichever comes first. I didn't want to stream in the middle of it and then the internet playing out and staying down for hours and suddenly power going out. You don't want any of that nonsense. So I just said, fuck it, I'll just stream later in the week. And I've also done some more Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex on the GameCube. Making more progress on my uncle's old GameCube save from 2008. Almost 20 years later, and I'm coming back to it. I got 4 with the warp rooms done, and that's saved now. 99 lives. I have the last warp room unlocked. I'll probably be starting it this weekend as well. And speaking of Hot Pursuit, and speaking of Let's Plays, the end of Fallout 2 and Hot Pursuit 2 is coming up. Coming up within the next few weeks. I already got a set plan for Hot Pursuit 2. It's not anywhere near as long as Tools of Destruction or Up Your Arsenal or Going Commandos, so, or even Burnout Paradise for that matter. So after that game, the next Thursday Let's Play is going to be Underground 1, and I'm kind of dreading that game because the AI in that game is fucking atrocious, especially in the end game, where the AI is just ruthless. I mean, I love Underground 1, don't get me wrong, but the rubber banding in that game just sucks ass. And you'll see why when we get to that game. And Fallout 2, since that game is also kind of relatively short, like Fallout 1. Like Fallout 1, it's short. I've only done like 9 parts of it in less than 5-6 hours. Or, I'm sorry, almost a little over 4 hours. So it's not relatively long. I'll just head straight to Ultimate Carnage. I am debating on if I'm gonna do the PSP, some of my PSP games. Then I have to plug my PSP right at my desk, and I have to put the camera on the desk and have it console way up close to the screen to keep the screen close to the camera. I don't know if you've seen some of those Murloc Legends videos. I'm like, oh, that's hard as shit to. Yeah, of course, with how the physics are in Legends and in the PSP Burnout Dominator, I just feel like to myself, some of this is gonna be fucking hard as shit trying to do. But I'll do it. Although some of it I'm really not going to enjoy it. And plus, the PSP I have, the disk drive's kind of messed up in it. Like, if you've seen the Legend, again, if you've seen the Legend videos, it would just make a horrific screeching noise as it's reading the disc. I mean, the disc is probably disjointed or something. I don't know. I might just put them on my PS5. Once I get an extra storage drive for it, I might end up getting a storage drive for it some point later in the year. Because I'm also kind of running out of space in my hard drive in that console. Why do you think I have one for my PS4 and Xbox One? See, 5 laps, the tire wear is getting all yellow and stuff. Gonna make the bike have a little less grip, a lot less grip in the road. And stuff. Just wait till we get to 7 or 10 lap races. Those are gonna be difficult to do. The middle section is mostly going to be championships of all the race events. It's mostly going to be championships as an FYI. I don't know if I mentioned it in one of the last couple of vids, but yeah. Gran Turismo games, oh boy. Those are gonna be fun, if I'm honest. Well, I'm doing I did a couple of vids of Gran Turismo 7. And I think with Astro's Playroom and the PS5, I might just only need one more stream for that game, and then we got that one done. It's surprisingly short. Not a whole lot to do in that game. I just don't have a lot of PS5 games, to be honest. I may get more when I get another storage drive. Race number 1 then. So it's not really that low-powered bike. It's 66 horsepower. That's not really that low for it's pretty decent for a 400cc bike, if I say so myself. Okay, Midfield Raceway. We'll start right at the center of this sweeper. I'm thinking that's probably not the best place to start. But you do you, Cliffney. Oh, what the fuck? TV glitched. Again, these AV cables are probably on the way out. I'll also probably order a fresh AV cable when the time comes. Didn't get ahead, but I got first. That's good. Pole position, good. Alright, here we go. Doing this championship 3 more times after this bike here. It may take a while, but it's gonna take nowhere near as long as the 2-stroke series, because I have to do that championship another 5 times after doing it with the Suzuki bike that I used, the RG250 Gamma. These are 5 laps long, which is going to take a little bit. I may also do Wrath of Cortex, but you may ask me, Alex, didn't you already do that game? Truth told, I did. I did do a Let's Play of that game, but it was a live stream done on my 360. I decided to just do it again as its own Let's Play. And I've been thinking if I should just do a video every level, or just do one workroom per video. I decided to boil it down to just one workroom per video and then collecting every extra along the way. It'll be the same thing when I do Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3 Warped. I still think I prefer Warped better than Wrath of Cortex. Wrath of Cortex is okay and all. I like the game and all, but I think Warped is a little better. Better villains, better levels, and all that other stuff. When I get to the GT series, GT1's A8, I'm going to look out for GT1's A8, the Historic Car Cup event glitch with the GT40 as an opponent in Rome, GT3's licenses, or GT3 in general, and the GT4 Speedster Trophy. I definitely need to keep my eyes open for those, because those are notorious in the Gran Turismo community. Oh yeah, and GT5's IB1. Oh my god, that test. That test's even harder than the Aston Martin 1,000 meter start-stop test. No ABS in that test as it's completely locked off, which makes stopping the GTR on that test extremely difficult without having a friction brake. And also, when we get to the Need for Speed, further in the Need for Speed series, Underground 2 is going to be another series with 3 separate recordings for the Let's Play, because I'm doing the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube versions all together, like I did with Revenge. The PS2, original Xbox, and Xbox 360 versions all together in one Let's Play. So far, the only Let's Play I've done with 3 versions together. Then, of course, Carbon will be the first one with 4 versions. PS2, original Xbox, PS3, and Xbox 360. Now with the PS2 and 360, I'll be doing the Collector's Edition. And Most Wanted, there's only 2 versions, the 360 and PS2. The PS2 will just be the Black Edition. you may be thinking, what's the difference between the collector's edition of Carbon and the black edition of Most Wanted? Well, I'll answer that for you. I'll answer that. Black Edition has a couple of extra events to play. The inner city of Rockport, sprint in Camden Beach, and a whole load sprint of Rosewood, Camden Beach, and Rockport all in one, making it look like the Goliath of the Forza Horizon Goliath of that time. Now we're in Trial Mountain, and then we're qualifying here. And Trial Mountain can actually be pretty difficult on some of these bikes, so you need to really ride carefully. But I'll still say that this track is a lot easier on the bike than it is in the car, by far. The skyline through the middle section and that tunnel, this track, oh my god, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. And I'm talking about you, Gran Turismo 3. And going back to Need for Speed, and the Collector's Edition Carbon. Oh yeah, and there's an extra Challenge Series event in the Black Edition of Most Wanted as well, with the 2 other cars, and more bonus cars than you can imagine. And those 2 cars are bonus cars in particular, the street version of the M3 GTR and the Camaro, the first gen Camaro. Going back to Collector's Edition, 2 extra cars, those being the 240SX and the Jaguar XK, not the XKR, the XK, and 3 extra sets of Challenge Series events. And extra race events and quick race mode. You could get more bonus and custom cars in that version as well. More or less the same with the online and HD version of Carbon, because there are 2 separate versions of that version as well. Now, if I do end up doing a Let's Play of Pro Street and Undercover, I'll be doing a separate, I can be doing separate titles of them. So if you see that one version is called Pro Street SD, SD is standard definition, then Pro Street HD is of course high definition. So we can separate all of that. The run, Need for Speed The Run. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that game running on the console. Because when I tried it with my main Xbox profile, it was unable to get past the first level. It was unable to get past the start screen. Or the autolog nonsense. Then going from Rivals on HD, I'll probably just stream it, the PS4 version anyway. I can just stream those games afterwards, depending on how long some of the games are going to take. Now, if I do end up getting my capture card working on some of my future Let's Plays, I might end up using OBS for editing and recording. And I think other than that, I might get one more thing working, a microphone or a headset, to make the best optimal viewing experience. Now, and those of you wondering when I'm going to start Quest for Booty, I may be starting that game after Alfa Romeo Risk Italiano, because that game is relatively short as well. Not quite as short as Fallout 2 or Hot Pursuit 2, but it's another relatively short game. And Quest for Booty is going to be another relatively short Let's Play, because I believe there are only 6-7 weapons in that game, and that game is just like one story mode. Starts from a cliffhanger and ends with a cliffhanger, is what I think it is about that game, from what I've heard. And there's no challenge mode in that game, so once you get through one Let's Play of that game's pretty much done for good. We can move straight to the crack in time. And if I do remember right, if I have a save game of Quest for Booty and Tools of Destruction, I will have a massive advantage going into a crack in time, which is going to be fantastic. And that game is probably going to be the longest of all the crack in time of Ratchet and Clank. So up to that point, even being the 6-month period of me doing all that grinding and going commando, doing every plant with every weapon, minus the flying ones and Aranos, where I have to just use the Heavy Lancer and go. And I'd skip the final plant, grinding on the final level, because we're probably going to grind on challenge mode no matter what. And a crack in time, I don't remember how bad some of the grinding is going to be in that game as far as weapon upgrading and bolt collecting and all that mess. From what I remember, it doesn't seem too terribly difficult. It's not as terrible as Size Matters, because Size Matters weapon upgrading in challenge mode is fucking atrocious as well. It just took forever to upgrade. So that's why I just said after that challenge mode, fuck it, I can't be arsed anymore. When I saw the Rhino's max upgrade being almost 1,000,000 XP, I just said, fuck it, I can't be arsed anymore. I beat the game. Well, I beat the main game. I didn't get all the titanium bolts or skill points and all that. I'd rather not rip all my hair out trying to do it. So I just said, I'm just going to leave it at that and move straight to Tools of Destruction. with that, we beat this championship. Speaking of Tools of Destruction, I got everything in that game except for 2 skill points. The Groovetron skill point and that other one where you get all of them. I'm like, I wouldn't want to worry about it. You don't get any trophies in that game, so it's all good. Alright, so with that, we are done with this championship, and what do we get? Oh look, it's another helmet! I would have not expected that. Oh well. And, oh, different kind of prize bike reveal. The Trickstar ZX-10R Suzuka 8-hour. These are the special bikes I was talking about. We got the Kawasaki Trickstar Suzuka 8-hour bike. There are 5 of these. And we got the Shui X11 Suruta riding gear. Alright, if I remember right, this bike will... here. I'm just looking it up, so bear with me for a second. This bike finished 42nd place in the Suzuka 8 Hours at 2005. And 9th place in the XF1 class in championship standings. It was ridden by Ryuji Tatsura and Katsurinoki Hasegawa. I butchered it. I'm not sure if I said that right at all, but whatever. It completed 178 laps in Suzuka for a duration of 8 hours, which is phenomenal. And those of you wondering, and yes, I'd like to make this number 1. Those of you wondering, the Suzuka 8 Hours is pretty much the bike version of 24 Hours of Le Mans and 24 Hours of Nürburgring. So yeah, and I gotta do this championship 3 more times afterwards. So yeah. With that, go to status. See that? These championships. Pacific 5. Got the first of them. I don't remember all of them, but whatever. We got 66.1% done with the game. And with this riding gear, you can't wear the riding gear you have on with these bikes. You have to wear the bike that's riding gear that's wore with the Suzuka AR bike, which is perfectly fine with me. So with that, next time in Torch Trophy, we're going to be doing the 125cc model competition series. Until then, have a great day, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Take care.